Hi and welcome to another gaming video, and in today's video I want to talk about the Sony PSP. As you know, I've recently picked one up again and absolutely love it. Had one in the past and, well, they are fantastic consoles. Supposed to be sort of dubbed as portable PlayStation 2s, but they have one glaring omission. They've only got one stick, and it's something that has always bothered me with the PSP, something they rectified with the PS Vita. But to create a console that was sort of dubbed as a portable home console, PlayStation 2 quality, and I'm not knocking the graphics or the gameplay itself, but some of the appeal of like the PlayStation 2 was the fact that it had twin sticks. Just was so easy to play, first person shooters, etc. Move them over to the PSP and it's really difficult. It's just something I just don't understand why Sony didn't bring in. I'm sure it's down to cost, but when you're sort of touting your first foray into the portable world and you're trying to knock Nintendo off their perch, only given one stick was just a silly mistake, and it put a lot of people off the PSP. At times it's put me off. It's some of the reason I sort of got rid of it. I did move over to a Vita at one point, but only having one analog stick on a PSP is a real downside, and had it have had two, I think it would have been far more successful than it was. And don't get me wrong, 80 million units, the only thing that has ever come close to knocking Nintendo off its portable perch. But if it had twin sticks, then it would have been so much better. I did see that there is a mod somewhere that you can add in a second stick. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think it sort of remaps the buttons on the other side. But if Sony had just given the PSP a second stick, it would have been an absolutely phenomenal console, and I think it would have really knocked Nintendo off their perch. So when you're playing games like God of War, some of the first person shooters, something like Grand Theft Auto, you really do miss that second stick, that ability to look around while you're walking around with a bit of ease. I've got custom firmware on mine, so I've just installed Doom on my PSP. Absolutely fantastic first person shooter, and it plays fantastically on a PSP, probably due to the fact that there's less to do in Doom, there's less looking around. It is more linear, whereas something like Quake, you've got that whole look around feel. So Doom on a PSP is fantastic, but any other kind of first person shooter or open world kind of game, and it does just struggle. So not sure why Sony decided to leave the PSP with one stick. It is probably down to cost, but it was a huge mistake. So let me know what you think. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.